be the logical thing to do. Hire an actual medical examiner that is not the governor or someone else that is, you know, associated with the government or the recovery process. So another question that has been asked to the authorities, the chief of police and the mayor, they've been asked on camera if they could address the situation about the missing children. And we want to know, you know, the children that were at home from school. And most of the kids were home not because they closed the school. I looked into this. It was their last day. For most of them, it was their last day of summer break. So the 8th, they were home. The 9th was often, from the schools that I've heard of in that area, the 9th would have been their first day of school. So they were home on summer break. So there's a lot of questions about those children. A lot of the current enrolled kids, there's a big discrepancy between how many were enrolled before the fire and how many are enrolled now. A big discrepancy. You guys can look it up, but the number that I saw in an article was there were 3,000 children registered to start the year this year, and now there are 600. So that's a huge number, and you know, we want to know what is going on with those children. Have they been found? Are they still missing? So are they missing? Have they been found? And this is really horrible, but with a situation like this, with so many tragedies going on at the same time, you know, were they kidnapped? You know, this is a situation where that is a possibility. And if someone did do that to these young people, they are more likely to get away with it during a time of crisis. So I do want to go over, because I think this is so important to understanding the gravity of this tragedy. And I touched on it a little in my previous video, but I wanted to go into a little bit more detail on the significance of Lahaina, why it's not just any old town. If anything, this is my attempt to honor this part of the island. And I also have an interview from a University of Hawaii professor who I got most of this information from. So the area the area of Lahaina was the Hawaiian capital from 1820 to 1845 under the rule of King Kamehameha II. After 1945, it was moved to the capital of Honolulu, where it is till this day. The area of Lahaina was used by the monarchy and the chiefs to gather, to make decisions, and to have ceremonies. And it's also the site of ancient burial grounds of the Hawaiian monarchs. So similar to a lot of like Native American culture, if the Hawaiians deem an area as burial grounds, that land is considered sacred and you're not supposed to mess with it. You're certainly not supposed to dig up bodies and build a house on it. That is supposed to remain burial grounds. And no, this does go on, especially in areas where the property value is high. I mean, naturally. So things like that really, really bother me. And